Good day again. To continue our discussion about polynomial function, let's have the last topic for polynomial function. This is what we call a leading coefficient test. So dito, sa test na ito, by simply looking at the given polynomial function, pwede natin masabi kung ano yung behavior, masasabi natin kung ano yung behavior ng endpoints ng graph, pati ano yung magiging possible sketch ng ating graph. So let's have 4 cases, starting with the case 1. For the case 1, the graph on the right is defined by y is equal to 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 7x plus 12, or in factored form, ito. Question: is the leading coefficient a positive or a negative number? So as you can see, the leading coefficient here is positive. Next, is the polynomial or of even degree or odd degree? So yung polynomial degree ba natin, yung degree ng polynomial ba natin, odd siya or even? So 3, since 3 siya, so it is odd. Odd yung ating. So observe the end behaviors of the graph on both sides. Is it rising or falling to the left or to the right? So it's falling, rising. So falling siya sa left, rising siya sa right. So this is falling, rising. So yan yung description, yan yung description ng ating graph. Falling, rising. So tandaan nyo, pag positive yung leading coefficient, odd yung degree, the possible sketch of the graph is falling, rising. Falling sa left, rising sa right. Case number 2. The graph on the right is defined by y is equal to negative x to the 5th power plus 3x to the 4th plus x cubed minus 7x squared plus 4, or in factored form, ito. Question: is the leading coefficient a positive or a negative number? So the answer is, the leading coefficient is negative number, negative 1. Is the polynomial of even degree or odd degree? So the answer is odd. Observe the end behaviors of the graph on both sides. Is it rising or falling to the left or to the right? So the answer is rising, falling. It rises to the left and falls to the it rises to the left and falls to the right. So rising, falling. So yan yung kanyang description. So negative yung leading coefficient, odd yung degree. So the possible sketch of the graph is rising, falling. Case number 3. The graph on the right is defined by x to the 4th minus 7x squared plus 6x, or in factored form, y is equal to x times the quantity of x plus 3 times x minus 1 times x minus 2. So ano yung leading coefficient natin? So obviously, it's positive. So what is the degree of the polynomial? So 4 is an even number, so this is even. Observe the end behaviors of the graph. So papansin nyo, both sides papunta sa taas, so it's rising, rising. Excuse me. Okay, sige. Excuse me, sorry. Nubo tayo. So it's rising, rising. Okay. So ito yung ating behavior ng ating graph. It's rising, rising. Okay, next. The last case is the graph on the right is defined by negative x to the 4 plus 2x cubed plus 13x squared minus 14x minus 24. Or in factored form ito. So, what is the leading coefficient? Obviously, negative. What is the degree of the polynomial? It's even. 4 is an even number. And what is the behavior of the end of the graph? Endpoints and behavior of the graph. It's falling, falling. So, since nasagutan natin yung 4 cases, different answers, so we're going to fill in. Now, complete this table in the last column. Draw a possible graph for the function showing how the function behaves. Okay, you do not need to place your graph on the xy plane. The first one is done for you. Okay, sige, ito. Leading coefficient natin is greater than 0, or in other words, greater than 0, it's positive. Then, the degree is odd. So, ang magiging itsura ng ating graph is falling, rising. Ito yung case number 1. So, falling, rising. The second one naman is the leading coefficient is less than 0, which is negative number. So, negative siya. So, the degree is odd. Then, the graph is rising, falling. So, the possible graph is rising, falling to T. So, bakit ito yung magkaiba? Kasi raised to the 5th power yung ating degree. So, ibig sabihin, 5 times matouch ng graph. Kasi meron tayong 5 intercepts. So, 5 times matouch ng graph yung x-axis. So, 1. Pag gawa natin siya ng vertical line dito, yan. It touches the x-axis 5 times. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, maging ganyan yung itsura ng ating graph. Possible graph lang naman. Okay, next one. This one. What's the leading coefficient here? It's positive. So, it's even. So, the behavior of the graph is rising, rising. So, gagawin ganito siya. Parang W. So, parang W siya. So, it touches the x-axis 4 times kasi degree niya 4. And the last one is the leading coefficient of number 4 is negative. It is even. Then, the behavior of the graph is falling, falling. Falling, falling. So, ganito. Falling, falling. Okay? So, yan yung magiging assumption natin sa ating graph. Kaya picture out na natin kaagad by using the what you call the leading coefficient test. So, summarize lang siya. Pag yung leading coefficient natin is positive, then add yung degree, the graph is falling, rising. Pag negative naman yung leading coefficient, then add yung degree, it's rising, falling. Pag positive yung leading coefficient, even siya, rising, rising. Pag negative naman yung coefficient, and even yung degree, the graph, the picture or the possible sketch of the graph is falling, falling. So, ito yung ating summary. So, by simply looking at the given polynomial function, okay, ganito yung graph niya. Pwede na yung sabihin, magiging ganito yung itsura niya. Pero yung perfect talaga na graph, you can do that one by applying by using the application Desmos, or kung pwede gamitan siya ng graphing calculator. Yung perfect talaga na graph. For itong binibigay natin dito is yung possible lang na graph. Not the perfect one, but the possible picture of the graph. So, yun lang for this video. I hope marami kayong natutunan sa ating mga videos from the polynomial, for this week, from the polynomial function up to this video. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.